Welcome to your Hometown News this evening. I'm April Frelke with my co-host Nick Kaufman. And we are having a little bit of some technical difficulties. We are supposed to be Skyping tonight with a couple some very significant people that are going to really talk us through some of...
The lineup was fantastic. Okay?
Our lineup was fantastic, folks.
Who were we going to have on?
So our first guest is supposed to be Tamaya Loewe. Tamaya Loewe from the Juneau County Economic Development Corporation.
Yeah,
and she's going to be talking to us about some of the programs and the SBA, the Small Business Association, those loans and things impacting that. So we are waiting to hear from her in our Skype, but I do want to say that our Connect 24 is brought to you this evening by Oakdale Credit Union, Rudig Jensen in New Lisbon, and Molter's Fresh Market in Tomah. Those are our sponsors this evening.
You know, I was very excited about the fact that we were going to be really focusing on what is being done for the viewers out there in terms of loans and payment of bills. You know, what's happening in Juneau and Monroe counties that can help people, because there's a lot going on. I mean, there's a lot of organizations. I was really excited about what's that group out in La Crosse there? The
Couleecap.
Couleecap. I mean,
well, that still might happen. We have got a commercial up before our Couleecap interview. And so, but the Couleecap out of Monroe, Vernon County is very involved in La Crosse County with supporting and helping people through time of crisis for electric and fuel and things like that.
And then we just got this notification today as we speak that the governor has extended things into May
26th.
But he's loosening some things. And my guess is going to be that every day or two we're going to hear a little bit more out of Governor Evers, perhaps some loosening up a little bit more. He said it's not like a switch, but it's more like a dial.
That's his direct quote. Yeah, it's more like a dial.
And that's not bad. It's very, very prudent. You know, I mean, certainly, you know, he touched my heart when he said that we can golf.
Oh, right. Well, I can't golf, but I'm lucky that some of the state parks are open.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
I'm a state park person.
So in the midst of it's kind of nice in a way. I feel as though we've gone through the darkest part of the tunnel, and that we really can begin to see some light on this. And I think if it gets everybody's hopes up, then that'll be well worth it. You know, it's still going to be tough for a lot of people. You know, paying bills, paying your electric bill and water bill and keeping all that stuff going and
your rent
and what have you.
Well, food, I mean, people need to eat. I mean, your essentials. You know, it's the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? In general psych, food, clothing, shelter. You have to get that first.
I love Maslow.
Before you can move to the next level, you know, till your self-actualization. But
you know, that's really good for those of you who are not familiar with Maslow. This whole thing that's going on with the virus around the country has brought us way down in the pyramid.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Food, clothing, shelter. You can't, so.
Right. So our first guest would have been talking about what kind of economic development is going on.
Yes, the Juneau County Economic Development Corporation. So maybe in our future we can get her in, but we do know that there is some funds or things available for small businesses, because Representative Kurtz talked to us about that in his interview like 2 weeks ago, how he was working to get those banks to be more than just around Milwaukee.
Yeah. It would have been nice to have gotten an update a little bit in terms of how the money is flowing into the states.
Yes.
Federal money and state money, and then how it's available.
And what money is grant money, that's free, and what money is a loan, right? So there's a big difference, a grant and a loan, just like going to college. There's your Pell Grant, you don't have to pay back, but you might have to take a college loan and pay that back.
So that's good. Well, if our Skype gets up, we will have introduced.
Well, yes, we will. Once we know we have a Skype on, we will definitely have our Skype with us. So,
so who would have been next on the
well, our next Skype, in addition to Tamaya, would have been, and hopefully possibly, it would have been Hetti Brown, the executive director of Couleecap.
Okay.
So she would be talking to us about things that they serve Crawford, La Crosse, Monroe, and Vernon counties. So let's save that, Nick, to see if she's here or not.
But we can give a little bit of background. Many of the viewers know this.
Okay.
I had to reacquaint myself with the Coulee region, of course, and then the CAP is a Community Action Program. Is that what it was? And this has been around since the Johnson administration.
1960s, Nick.
Wow, I couldn't believe it. And then I looked at the long list of things that they're in everything everything from feeding, helping the homeless, feeding people,
they can buy
building
you a chest
showers.
freezer, insulate your attics.
And do insulation, do roofs or whatever, but really there for the community in, what is it, 4 counties?
Yes, 4 counties: Crawford, La Crosse, Monroe, and Vernon.
And Vernon counties. That's very good. So. And Hetti Brown, now she's been around there, I think, a while, hasn't she?
She's the executive director.
She's been there for a couple years.
So she would have a lot of information. We'll see if we can get her on Skype.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that'll kind of wrap up.
And one last thing on that. As I believe I read that they have bill-paying assistance. Viewers should know that too, because in that county area, if you're having trouble paying bills, to me the thing is, don't suffer alone. If you have a problem, reach out to these organizations. That's what they're there for.
Yes, that's right. Well, up next, possibly, Couleecap will share some of their valuable information for financial assistance to pay for critical bills. Catering for our cast and crew tonight has been provided by Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens, where they offer their full menu for carryout. And don't forget their brick oven pizza. Stay tuned.
Moulter's family-owned store brings you fresh. Feel healthy with a wide selection of organic foods, gluten-free products, certified Black Angus beef, and handmade brats. Moulter's has a great selection of meats, so choosing can be tough. Just ask our butcher to help you make the perfect selection. Moulter's brings you fresh-packed deli meals for those on the go. And of course, our fresh market. Download our mobile app and start saving money today. Moulter's brings you fresh.
You want it? We'll find it. You got it. Price match and relax. That's the Rudick Jensen deal. Sealed with a platinum level membership. Oil changes, done. Tires, brakes, alignment, all done. Car wash, you got it. Rudick Jensen Auto Mall, New Lisbon. Check out our inventory online at rudickjensen.com.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Abra Auto Body and Glass, a division of Rudick Jensen in New Lisbon, can handle everything from major auto and truck body damage to windshield replacements, filling chips, dents, and door dings. Featuring a 46-foot custom paint booth for boats, RVs, trailers, you name it, if it fits, we can paint it. State-of-the-art facility, aluminum repair certified, all makes and models, foreign and domestic, all insurance companies welcome. Rest assured, repairs will be done right the first time, on time. Call Abra Auto Body and Glass in New Lisbon today.
Hello, I'm Colonel Eric Peterson, commander of the 115th Fighter Wing, and you're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Well, welcome back to Lynxx 24. We are expecting Hetti Brown, the executive director for the Couleecap, a community action agency serving Crawford, La Crosse, Monroe, and Vernon counties. So we're trying to Skype with Hetti Brown, and is Hetti with us, crew? Okay. Not yet, so we're waiting for that.
Bye.
We're having some technical difficulties.
I understand, since we have extra time here
We have a little bit extra time until we get the cue.
I understand that the governor also said school was done until September. Wow, that's big. So now what are you? You're
the
in the school thing.
2019-20 school year has.
So are you off now?
We're not.
You ready to play golf?
We're not off.
You can't play golf?
We're not off.
So tell me, so what have you been doing?
So what we're doing, and I'm speaking for the Mauston School District, but I mean, I've met with I've talked with other counselors. This might be interesting. I've Skyped through our Wisconsin Association of School Counselors. I Skyped this week, and they put on a big brown bag lunch kind of Skype and talked to other counselors in the state. And I was on Skype with a counselor from Richland Center, Stevens Point, and way up in Osceola. And so what's really happening is the school districts are providing e-learning or online classrooms. So some teachers for the past several years have been using something called Google Classroom. So like my sister's a teacher in Rib Mountain.
Oh, Rib Mountain, sure.
No, Rib Lake. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Amanda. Rib Lake. And she's been using Google Classroom for the last several years with her students. So that transition to e-learning, to electronic learning was really easy. So I think we've got Tamaya on.
Just audio.
Just on audio. We've got her just on audio. Should we take that? Can she hear us? Tamaya, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Hi, April.
Hi, welcome to the
good.
Lynxx through audio. It's
Thank
good
you,
to have
Tamaya.
you.
Yep.
Thanks. Great to be here.
Yeah.
We have a shortened time, I think, with you right now before our first commercial. What's the most important thing you want our viewers to know coming from your office?
Most important thing I would say is we're going to get through this, and we've got a lot of resources to help make that happen.
Okay.
And what kind of things can business owners that are watching kind of think about contacting you about?
We have lots of information on the financial assistance available for small businesses. We certainly can point people in the right direction too, as far as sharing services, or it's kind of a matching service where there are some industries that are busier and need to staff up, and then there are some that are laying off. So connecting staffing, or even with PPE, there's some industries that have a storage of masks that they might use, and we've been able to funnel some of those to places where it's more needed.
Are you representing monies from the state or the federal government, or both?
Both.
And
Both.
Are those dollars are they being made available on a quick basis? Can you see that happening?
In some of the programs, yes, not quite as quickly as initially was discussed, in terms of it being a couple of days, 48, 72 hours. But they're definitely moving. They're also getting to capacity pretty quickly.
Oh,
so I know, they're already working on additional assistance.
Yeah. My last question on that subject line, Tamaya, is are these grants or are these loans?
For the most part, loans with very good interest, low or no interest, might be 2 3/4% or 3 3/4%, depending. And there is some grant money as well that's forgivable, up to $10,000 even. So it just depends on what it's used for, and so on.
Tamaya, what's the best way for our viewers or businesses to get in contact with the Juneau County Economic Development Corporation?
The best way is go right to our website, www.juneaucounty.com.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
Very good. And is there any time limits or time-sensitive things that our viewers or businesses should be aware of right now?
Well, there is, and that information continues to keep changing. So some of the initial grant funds that came out through the Wisconsin Economic Development Small Business Program and the SBA, some of those have actually reached capacity already as far as applicants and what would be approved. So, and then there's others that are still open.
That's great.
Tamaya, thank you so much for joining us as quickly as you could. We really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay healthy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Stay tuned with the Lynxx 24. We'll be right back.
My name is Hetti Stalsberg. I'm the director of Tomah Health, Hospice Touch, Life Choices Palliative Care. We have hospice home care. We have palliative care, which is a home care service. And then we have Serenity House, which is our 8-bed residential facility here in Tomah.
Hospice Touch and Life Choices Palliative Care provides medical services, emotional support, and spiritual resources.
Tomah Health, Hospice and Palliative Care, inspiring health, wellness, and balance.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
This is going to be good.
Dr. Doolittle. You can talk to animals.
Yes. We just belong together. Welcome aboard.
What kind of polar bear works on their tan?
Well, wait, are you even a bird? What bird stuff can you do?
Well, what bear stuff can you do? You win this round.
What's the worst that can happen? I'm too beautiful to die.
Doolittle. Watch it now.
Hi, I'm Josh Tully from The Josh Tully Show. You're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
The Lynxx. We have with us Hetti Brown. She is the Executive Director of Couleecap for the La Crosse, Vernon, Monroe, and Crawford County. Welcome, Hetti. Thank you for joining us. And we're only having you on audio, I hear.
Hi, Hetti. I'm Nick Kaufman, right next to April. Hetti, I noticed right off the bat, okay, as we get into things, viewers should know that your offices are still closed, right? And you're mostly dealing with email and phone calls.
Yes, in order to prevent the spread of the coronavirus, we have closed our offices to the public, but we are still offering all of our services through email, through our website, through phone calls, and our food pantries remain open.
Excellent, excellent, very good. April,
so yeah, Hetti, what services are you offering communities right now? Could you walk us through some of those?
Sure, absolutely. Well, Couleecap is a community action program that works to address poverty. And so we have an array of programs to address homelessness, food, transportation, energy insecurity, affordable housing needs, and so forth. Through the coronavirus pandemic, we have launched new programs and expanded several of these programs to meet the needs of our neighbors. One of the most notable programs that we've recently launched is the COVID-19 Financial Assistance Program, which is funded in part by the United Way, the Great Rivers United Way, and other local partners. And it provides cash assistance to people who have been laid off or had reduced hours at work so that they can pay critical bills until other resources such as state unemployment insurance benefits or the federal stimulus check comes in.
Oh, that's great. So that's a nice little tide over, isn't it? Yeah. And what kind of eligibility is required for this?
Well, we really designed the program to help meet the needs of low to moderate wage workers that have been laid off, to provide that safety net for them. But we encourage anybody to visit our website at couleecap.org. We have a COVID-19 assistance page that lists eligibility and provides simple online applications for the financial assistance program, but also the other programs that we're offering to help people meet their household needs during this time.
That's nice that you're able to respond so quickly on that. Yeah.
Hetti, you have a revolving loan program through your office. What are the requirements and steps to apply for that loan with your agency?
Our small business rural revolving loan program is a program that we usually offer, but given the situation now, we are offering that loan at 0% interest with deferred payments. And it's a small business loan to help small businesses in rural communities. They can use the loan to pay payroll, fixed or operational costs, or other needs that they have to help them get through this emergency.
You're seeing a pretty big response in the last several weeks to your programming?
Absolutely. In our financial assistance program, we launched it about 3 weeks ago, and we've served over 150 households with about $46,000 in cash assistance.
Oh, wow. That is wonderful.
Our food pantries in Sparta and Prairie du Chien, we've expanded hours, so now we're open 5 days a week for curbside pickup, and we're also offering home delivery for people who cannot come out or should not come out to make sure they still have access to food. So we have seen over doubling the number of people that are visiting our food pantries or calling us for that home delivery. We're also working to distribute food to 12 food pantries across our region through our emergency food program as well. So we've seen a drastic uptick in the number of people coming to us for help.
And my guess is that you're just as soon that the viewers know that that food will be gladly accepted, right?
Food
Absolutely.
donations.
All
Food
the
donations, thank you.
We are trying very hard to keep our food pantries stocked with food. So we will absolutely take donations. We need it right now. People are coming to us. And all of these programs I'm mentioning are supported in a large part by local community donations, by grants from the Great Rivers United Way and La Crosse Community Foundation and Viroqua Area Fund, as well as the Crawford County Community Fund. So any type of donation is helpful to help us keep these programs going.
Right. Nice to see that you're up on this stuff.
Hetti, thank you so much for joining us and taking time tonight for our viewers.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks. Well, stay tuned. We'll be right back with your Lynxx 24 information.
Thank you very much. Thanks for.
When you're underwater for months at a time, some things are just out of your control.
Do you really think that was an earthquake?
No. We drilled to the bottom of the ocean, and we don't know what came out. Oh my God.
Underwater.
Rent before Netflix and Redbox on Lynxx Networks, video on demand. Moulter's family-owned store brings you fresh. Feel healthy with a wide selection of organic foods, gluten-free products, certified black Angus beef, and handmade brats. Moulter's has a great selection of meats, so choosing can be tough. Just ask our butcher to help you make the perfect selection. Moulter's brings you fresh-packed deli meals for those on the go. And of course, our fresh market. Download our mobile app and start saving money today. Moulter's brings you fresh. Abra Auto Body and Glass, a division of Rudick Jensen in New Lisbon, can handle everything from major auto and truck body damage to windshield replacements, filling chips, dents, and door dings. Featuring a 46-foot custom paint booth for boats, RVs, trailers, you name it, if it fits, we can paint it. State-of-the-art facility, aluminum repair certified, all makes and models, foreign and domestic, all insurance companies welcome. Rest assured, repairs will be done right the first time, on time. Call Abra Auto Body and Glass in New Lisbon today.
Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Welcome back. Our next guest has felt the sting of the shutdown. She is the owner of the Uptown Barber-Studio in Tomah. Please welcome to our program Sandra Joseph. Sandra, thank you for joining us through Skype on the Lynxx.
Yeah, hi Sandra, how are you?
Thank you for having me.
Well, tell us a little bit about how you're reacting to this close down. How long have you had the business closed for doing hair?
Well, a month, I think. Honestly, I don't remember. I'm kind of losing track of days here. It's been March 20-something, 2nd or 17th, or.
Have you had contact with some of your routine clients to let them know what you're doing and?
Well, the majority of them are on through Facebook and things like that. They see the news and they contact me. But I've contacted several of my elderly, weekly appointments that come in. They have a routine weekly appointment. I've contacted a lot of them, and they're really the ones that are suffering the most, I think, not getting that interaction.
Sandra, what is the biggest impact that you've seen since the shutdown for your business specifically?
I just think well, obviously financially, I have no money coming in to pay my bills there. I have to pay my rent there, but I can't go there and work there to make the money. So I have not been able to yet get unemployment. I don't have any employees that work under me, so I'm not going to qualify for any of the things that they have for people with the CARES Act. They'll help you pay 75% of your stuff to your employees, which I don't have any, so therefore I don't qualify for that. So I just feel that it's really hitting a lot of places that are in situations like mine, and if it goes on for very long, I don't feel that those companies will recover at all.
Are there any other government assistance programs out there that you could qualify for?
Not that I know of. I'm self-employed, so, we've had to wait for this new self-employment thing to be put into unemployment, which, you don't qualify for on a normal terms. That's supposed to go into effect on the 21st, and so we'll see how that goes after that.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll qualify for that. but as far as all the rest of them, they've got a few different things with the CARES Act. They've got some small business loans that you can take out, but again, those are to be able to pay your employees, which I don't have. As far as I'm aware, they don't have any yet, just for sole proprietor, self-employed people.
Really?
I could be wrong, but I haven't found anything yet.
Sandra, you must be doing all of this research. Are you doing all this research on your own? It sounds like you are.
You know, yes, and there's a big community of all of. I mean, this is a small town. Everybody knows everybody.
Okay.
You know, and I went to beauty school with people that I'm still in contact with that have places in La Crosse, and you know, it's all over. Everybody's kind of pooling together and just trying to help each other get information.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, you do hair for 28 years, and you know all the stylists and all the owners and nails and you know, tanning salons, you know, all of them. So, you know, in a few counties. So it kind of.
I guess on the lighter side, hair keeps growing and nails keep growing, right? So hopefully there'll be a big backlog that you have to meet after it starts.
Yeah, so much we'll probably have lines out the doors.
Yeah. So what do you think about the governor's recent disclosure about going on into the middle of May? You think that there's any? What do you think about that?
Well, if you want my honest opinion,
sure.
I do not like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get into a whole bunch of political things, but as far as I think there's a lot of other places that are impacting, you know, not flattening the curb. I think that, you know, not to like bench people, but you know, Walmart, Aldi's, Quick Trips, all those big companies that are getting, you know, hundreds and sometimes thousands of people through them on a daily and weekly basis. You know, I've been to those stores myself. They do not clean the carts, you know. They're obviously not walking around cleaning the things on the shelves that everybody's touching. You know, not very many employees in any of the places have had on masks or gloves or any type of protection for themselves or for any place else, you know, for anyone else that comes into those stores. So I just think that small shops like mine, you know, where we might have one or two other people in the shop at one time, and we obviously, you know, we have state sanitation laws where things have to be cleaned in between every single customer. You know, those are just a given. And I just think that places like that should still be able to be operating, you know, because they are getting the cleanliness that they're not getting when they're going to these bigger places.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good point. A really good observation there.
Excellent, yeah.
So
yeah.
Had a lot of weeks to think about it.
Yeah, well, as the governor said, you know, he's going to dial this thing, and maybe day to day we start seeing a little bit more loosening, and at some point we might start to be able to get the hairs and nails done again with prudent measures put in place, as you say, good hygiene and being extra careful.
Right. You know, and if I can just say one other thing too, I don't think that a hair salon and a nail salon is just to make yourself look pretty. I think that it's a lot of mental health that comes along with it. If you look good, you typically feel good.
Wow.
And, you know, and a lot of times, especially with elderly people, you know, they get out once a week, and that's to come to the shop and get their hair done, and they get to, you know, fellowship with other elderly women that are in there, or men for that matter. You know, sometimes that's the only people they see, and it's really causing a pretty dark depression in all ages. Kids that aren't able to go to school, you know, I mean, it's really hitting a lot of areas.
Good points. Excellent points.
Thank you so much, Sandra, for joining us, and
Thank
good
you,
luck
Sandra.
with all of your business, you know, things you're investigating.
Right. Stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sandy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, Nick, we've had a big show then.
Wow, that was strange, but I think we covered it all.
All right. Well, we want to thank all of us for joining us tonight on your hometown news, Nick.
Where we are connecting you to the community, the whole.